Hey up, I quit Facebook a year ago, well Facebook and Instagram. So many people said to me, see you in a month, see you in 30 days, this isn't permanent. And to be honest with you, I wasn't entirely sure myself. But here we are, 1 year later, and in this video, I'm talking about what changes I've noticed in my life. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm not here to sell you on any idea. It was just an experiment, and there were some good and some bad things, and I'm going to share those right now. But first, let's go to the park, because I'm sat on this pretty ugly looking balcony. So let's go. Hello. So the reason I quit Facebook and Instagram are in the first video, which I'm going to put in one of the cards up here. But the nutshell of it was that I quit Facebook because I felt that it was changing my behaviour in ways that I didn't think were desirable. And when I dug into the research behind this a little bit about what was truly going on, I discovered the horrors of the attention economy, found out how the algorithm is essentially warping and shifting and changing our behaviour, and the reason it's doing that is essentially to make money. And the idea of that disgusted me to the core, shook me, because the thing that we have the deepest control over is where we place our attention. We can't control our thoughts, we can't control our feelings, we can't control our behaviours a lot of the time, but one thing we can control still is where we place our attention, which is very mysterious. And the fact that social media seems to just get its claws into that to make money seems to be one of the worst things about it. And I decided to quit completely cold turkey for this reason. But was this a good decision? Well, let's dig into that. First of all, the first effect I've noticed is that I read a lot more. And the reason for this, I think, is because now that I'm not scrolling all the time, I'm not being bombarded with this image, then this quote, then this post, then this video, then whatever, my attention span is a little stronger. I think I can focus my energy a lot more. I noticed beforehand that when I tried to read a book, when I was all over Facebook and Instagram, when I tried to read a book, I struggled because it wasn't stimulating enough for me. But I can safely say that now I find reading extremely stimulating. I'm there reading my Kindle or a physical book, and I find images emerging. It's causing me to think about some other really cool stuff, and I'm truly enjoying reading in ways that I didn't before. The second thing is that I feel far less attachment to the approval of other people. One of the reasons why I left Facebook and Instagram was to reconnect with this inner voice, this part of me that wants something, this part of me that knows what it wants, this part of me that is sort of self-directing, that knows its purpose and has an opinion on stuff. And I can safely say that by leaving Facebook and Instagram, I've connected with that voice a lot more. Although I must say, other distractions do tend to take its place if you're not careful, and I'll get to that in a moment. Now, another thing I can say is that I am authentically confident. So what I don't mean is that I walk into a room and all the time I'm just this party animal, yeah, I'm the life and soul of the party wherever I go. The point is, I'm authentically confident in the sense that if I feel nervous, then I'm comfortable expressing that, I'm comfortable being that. I don't need to be anything else other than what I am. If I'm angry, I feel comfortable being angry. I'm not trying to get rid of that, I'm not trying to avoid it. If I am feeling jealous or feeling upset or sad or whatever, I am confident in whatever I feel in the moment. Oh, before I carry on guys, this park has turtles. So there's a pond in this park, and there are turtles in the pond. Should we go and check these turtles out? Let's go and find the turtles, because they're going to be chilling because it's a really sunny day. Let's do it. When I left Facebook and Instagram, an absolute shitload of people just sort of faded from my life. And I don't know if this is, just an indication that the people who I thought I were friends with or I thought I was close to, turns out I was never really that close to them anyway. And me leaving Facebook and Instagram meant that just sort of showed the friendship or the connection for what it really was. In which case, that's kind of fine, isn't it? Or, I don't know, maybe Facebook and Instagram was just a convenient way to keep in contact, and that introduced like too much friction into the connection, and then it just kind of couldn't withstand that. But one thing I did notice, if you're going to quit Facebook, if you're going to quit Instagram, you're going to leave social media, then be prepared for like your friendships and stuff to take a hit. Be prepared for your social world to change, probably sometimes dramatically. Alright, so we made it, but unfortunately there doesn't seem to be loads of turtles around. Okay, I found one, check this out. So one thing I couldn't do while I was on Facebook and Instagram was build a business. So me and a team of other people based out of Lisbon, Portugal, we've started building this other business, and I couldn't have done that before. So I can safely say Facebook and Instagram, leaving it, has meant that I could be about 1,000 times more productive. Well, no, 1,000% more productive. I don't want to exaggerate. And overall, I'm just generally more in control of myself. So since leaving, I seem to have gained a control and an influence over my own sort of instant gratification impulses. I still feel this impulse sometimes to check my phone because I am still on WhatsApp. I left dating apps a long time ago, but I am still on WhatsApp, and I do occasionally when I'm stood around and I feel a bit of anxiety or a bit of sadness or just something else, I do feel the impulse to just check my phone, to just load up the YouTube app, or to look on Reddit, or to check my WhatsApp and see if anyone's messaged me. So leaving social media is extremely powerful, but I've got to say it's not a panacea. It's not going to solve your problems, okay? So overall, about leaving social media, would I recommend it? Well, let's recap. It's made me more happier, it's made me calmer, it's made me more productive. I've lost some friends, but maybe gained clarity on who my friends really are. And I am more in control of myself. But I want to just clarify something. I want to make something crystal fucking clear, right? Because a lot of people nowadays, they look for the magic bullet. They look for the one habit that they can implement that will change your life. They look for the thing that they need to get rid of. They look for this simple solution, this simple thing that once they do this thing or get this right, life is going to be smooth sailing, it's going to be easy. And I'm going to tell you that, I'm sorry, but that doesn't exist. So what does social media actually do? It just distracts you, right? It muddies the water. And what does getting rid of social media do? It clears the water, allowing you to see your life more objectively, clearly, and see things with a more objective sort of lens. But you may not like what you see. It may clear the cobwebs, it clears the mud off the lens, and what you see might be pretty fucking rough. You might see your life, you might be, holy shit, this is not the life I want to live, these are not the relationships I want, I don't know what I want. Maybe the reason why you're on social media so much, maybe the reason why all of us are on social media so much is because we're not living the lives that we want to live. We're not becoming the people that we want to be. And this is fucking painful. So rather than endure the difficult work of creating a life for ourselves that we can be proud of and crafting ourselves into a person that we want to be, rather than do that work, it's easier to just scroll Facebook right now. It's easier to just scroll Instagram. So one thing that happens is that people leave these tools and they replace this distraction for another distraction. So they'll leave Facebook, Instagram, they'll go to Reddit and YouTube, or Netflix, or video games, or porn, or whatever the fucking deal is. Listen, when you clear all these distractions, be prepared to do the work. Be prepared to replace it for something more valuable. Otherwise, you're just going to find something else to distract yourself with, and social media will be back in your life before you know it. That's another video from me. Take care, stay powerful, stay peaceful, and see you soon.
So here's to